Did you sleep?
Yeah, about 1.5 hours.
Okay, I got
Lewis,
it.
you're with
Can
us.
you hear me?
Yes.
I
Yes.
just woke up.
Were you pushing a car again?
No, I'm asleep.
Banda is maybe he was in the gym.
Hey, the dude is either in the gym or he's pushing a car or he's trying to bench press an airplane or something like that.
Something crazy.
That's how they do it in Texas. I don't know how you do it in California, but that's how he does. That's how he does it in Texas.
That picture of you in the background. When is that from?
We're talking, I think 1997. It was 96 or 97. I haven't changed a bit. It's just
your head.
It's just the hair, and my head is a little rounder. But to answer Macho, it's just the same. so we're all good. Yes, as I was saying, we've got the fastest ever Zim guy in the 100, fastest ever Zim guy in the 2, fastest ever Zim guy in the 4. I don't know if it has been done before, but it's happening now. And I'm in awe of you guys. I'm not usually starstruck because being to the Olympics and competing at NCAA and everything, you get to see a lot of athletes who've done very, very well. But in order for me to say I am talking to the fastest guys ever, that's it's something that touches my heart, and I really feel honored to be speaking to you guys, and thank you for taking time out of your busy lives to chat to me, Mr. Banda. It's weird seeing you just sitting down there because either you're at work or you're pushing a car or pushing a jumbo jet or pulling a train or doing some phenomenal feats either on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever. So, I really appreciate you guys coming here. Now, I don't want to talk about, all of the massive, massive feats that you've done, because anybody who knows sports and Zimbabwean sports and athletics should know what you guys have done. This is more of a semi-formal meeting, so there's no formal questions or anything, but just wanted to get to know you guys, hear you guys, and see if you got any words of wisdom. So firstly, I would like to go to the 100 meters, and I'd like to ask Ngoni there. How are you, Ngoni?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for setting this up. But Dzingai is the 100-meter, guru. I had to learn from Dzingai.
You know what? A lot of people say that, but does Brian have 9.89 next to his name?
It was just 1 meet.
Oh, okay. Now let me tell you a funny story. I always say a funny story, but it doesn't end up being funny anyway. But that year that you ran that 9.89, Brian sent me a message and he says, check out Ngoni. He's going to run phenomenal today. And, I was like, okay, all right, this guy is just chatting. Okay, I need to believe him or whatever. And then, bam, you ran this phenomenal time in the heats. And then you came back and ran. My collar's up, isn't it?
No, you're good.
Fine.
I'm good. Okay, all right. You see, where we are, we're in the land of tea. So we've got to look really, really good, you see. And then you came back and you ran 9.89. And then Brian was like, I told you so. And to tell you the truth, I don't think I can ever remember a time when I sat down and thought, I knew a Zimbabwean would run under 10 seconds, but running 9.89 was just phenomenal. And we've had 1 or 2 Zimbabweans who've become NCAA champions. But when it comes to the pinnacle, the 100 meters and the marathon are the signature events of the Olympics. But then we've got someone who's not only won the NCAA championships, but we've got someone who's run 9.89. And then you've got all of these accolades, being the Bowerman recipient, having the NCAA meet record and NCAA record. So, that feat is just phenomenal. We don't want to understate that. It's really, really phenomenal. So tell me, when you ran that 9.89, what was going through your mind beforehand, just before the race, and how was your preparation for that?
Oh man, it was a crazy day. because I mean, I did long jump the night before, and that year I was struggling with my quad. I think the year before that I had a red shirt because I pulled my quad. So I was coming back in that year, and my quad was always like it gave me a lot of problems that season. And then it rained, and also that season I didn't run too many meets in the 100, or even in the indoors I didn't run a little 60 meters. So I was comparing myself to, I think everybody on that line had ran like maybe like a 6.5 in the 60 meters, and there I was trying to match up.
And that's the 60 meters indoors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 60 meter indoors. My first race that season was at conference. That's when I ran my first 100 meters. And these people have been running sprints from like December, basically. And here I am trying to compete with those guys towards the end of the season. So it was an experience, but I was so lucky that I had like Ken, having somebody, or even Dzingai. I mean, he may not really remember this, but having a support system of people who have been to the top and giving you the confidence of trusting it and going after it, it just changed the game for me. Especially Ken. I mean, even if you talk to Ken, Ken really spend a lot of time talking to me, because sometimes I come off like I ask too many questions, and Ken really took time to calm me down and make me, believe in the moment. So it was just an amazing day, man. It was truly like a Zim thing. I enjoyed it.
No, it was awesome. Mr. Dzingai, dude, every time, it's funny, every time people talk about athletics in Zimbabwe, your name always comes up. It always comes up. And there's someone who spoke to me, and they said that every time they watch Usain Bolt, for some reason, you always pop up as well, when it comes to running there. So in terms of being famous, dude, you're very, very famous. Now tell me something. You competed for a long time, in the 200 for Zim. And I'm going to say another story, and it may not be funny, but the first time I met you was at the National Sports Stadium. I remember I'd flown into Zim, and I come to the stadium because you guys were practicing, and so was Lewis, but I'll get to Lewis because every time I think of it, it's just hilarious. So I remember, I think you had just got done training, and then you came, you were jogging around the grass, and then you came, shook my hand or whatever, Brian. Then I remember we hit it off. So you and me have been, very, very good friends ever since, and it was interesting when we would do the training and everything. I was like, I've seen this, I've heard of this guy run when he was in the States. It was Truman State, isn't it? Truman State University. And you had run fast. And then when I saw you practice, I was thinking to myself, how is this guy running so fast, with his form? Because the form just looked raggedy. To me, it looked raggedy. I've worked with coaches who are, very technical and everything. And I was thinking, wow, now that this guy's moving to Florida State where Ken is, I know they're really going to break it down. And if he's able to run as fast as he is running right now, he's going to run a whole lot faster when he does that. So, that was a very funny story. But I'll get to Lewis, because on that same day, Lewis, I think, was lying on some part of the track, tired from the workout. And
300s.
Yeah. And as soon as I saw Lewis, I was thinking, wait, Lewis Banda from Bulawayo, he must have been training with Ken Yape, because that's exactly the same. That's exactly the same thing that used to happen to me. But back to you, Brian. So with the move to Florida State, and obviously, you getting to the Olympic final and everything, it's very rare for a Zimbabwean to compete in the final, and the final of an Olympic Games and everything. Tell me, what was your mindset when you were at that Olympic Games? Did you believe that you would actually make a final?
So let's sort of dial back to my freshman year, right, where I was running as a fresh kid off the boat. And to be honest, I had never run track in high school on the same level that these guys did. So I knew and I understood track and field, but I didn't understand what running certain times meant.
Yep.
So for instance, when I ran 20.9, like it was fast, but I didn't understand what that meant. So my point is, my freshman year when I was running, there was no pressure. I was just running and just having fun. Fast forward to my senior year, it was the exact same thing. I was like, you know what? This is like my last year in college. Just go out there and have fun every single race.
Yeah.
And I think even that year, Lewis could probably tell you that, right? There was something in the air where like we used to talk all the time, and like, you know, like Lewis was dropping times, people were just running fast. It was just something that was happening that year. But I ran that year without any pressure. Fast forward to 2008, that was supposed to be like my last year running track. I was like, you know what? Like, I've done the damn thing. I've traveled like the world. I've been to like world champs, Olympic game. This is it. So going into that year, I ran without any sort of pressure. So going into Beijing, like the confidence was definitely high. I'm not sure if at that point going in, I believed that I'd make the final, but with each round that sort of went by, like the confidence got better and better.
So it seems like, you know, you're running there, you're not feeling any pressure, and you know, you're not putting too much pressure on yourself, but at the same time you've got high confidence. And you know, I always relate to myself, you know, from when I was an athlete. And I recently had an interview with the other Ngoni Makusha, and by the way, in the interview, you know, I talk about the fastest name for Zimbabwean. You know, you've got two guys who run phenomenally fast. So I was just saying, you know, I may need to talk to my wife, just in case we have another child, and we'll name that child Ngoni Makusha, just so that they can be the fastest, you know, one of the fastest Zimbabweans, you know, out there. So you never know. It's the fastest name ever for Zimbo. Yeah. So, you know, I go back to myself and you know, the whole training thing, and you know, training used to be fun. I used to execute and run very, very fast. But when I started putting pressure on myself and taking it more and more seriously, it seems as if that had a negative effect on my performance. Maybe I should have just gone out there and continued to have fun and believe in myself as well. So that's something that I speak to people about, you know, about putting pressure on yourself and performance. You do get athletes who the weight of the whole country is laying on their shoulders, and that has a negative effect on how they work. But some have, you know, a lot of mentorship and sports psychologists and support, which helps them as well. And that's something that I've seen was not available, you know, when it came to the Zimbabwean track system. Although I think we were blessed in that, you know, we competed in universities or on the US circuit, where we're able to compete in week out and run against and with guys who are very, very high caliber athletes. So that urges you on, and it gives you kind of a push. So, you know, it gives you that mental capability as well. Lewis, did you push any cars today?
No. It's 27 degrees over here today, man.
It's 27 degrees.
Cold. That's not cold.
Yeah.
This guy, so it's funny in that, you know, you're in Texas there when it's 27 degrees. Okay, that's 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 0 degrees Celsius.
It's very cold.
It's very cold. Okay, it's very cold. All right, imagine me. I was in Idaho, so where there's definitely snow at this time of the year, and the UK is really cold right now as well. So Lewis Banda, I've just spoken to the 100-meter record holder for Zim, the 200-meter record holder for Zim. You have the 400-meter record, and Zimbabwe has a history of very good 400-meter runners. Zimbabwe is known more for the 400 than it is for the 100 and 200. And you having the record, you've come from a long line of guys who have, you know, run quite well in the 400, myself included, but coming out and running a 44, that's just a phenom. So the day that you ran your personal best, how did you feel that day? How was your preparation? And when you executed that race, is there anything that you did in particular that was different to any other times that you ran?
No, really. It was just win. Coach China, like I always say, you know, stop chasing times. If you're winning, you're gonna run fast. You know, it doesn't matter what place you get. You can run 43 and get fourth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was like, just win. You know, just go out there and just race to win. And my goal, honestly, was to beat my teammate. Like I couldn't have him be the best guy on the team. So
Jason Barton?
yeah, Jason.
Jason. It's
'Cause
interesting.
he had a great indoor season. I think he plays like second or third indoors, like 45-5 or 45-6 at the NCAA meet. And I didn't even make it past the first round at the NCAA meet. So, you know, he was the best guy, but I knew I was right. So put my foot down. I'm like, hey, faster than you know what I mean? So and
That's really
that was
cool.
really, so the
That's
whole
cool.
time that made, and also people from UCLA and USC, they were talking a lot of crap, you know, because
Craig Everhart?
yeah, exactly, yeah, him. They were
Lionel?
talking, you know,
Lionel
about
too?
ASU, they always choke, blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, you know.
That's kind of funny because, you know, there are different ways of motivating people and athletes. You know, there's the negative reinforcement, you know, saying negative things in order for someone to perform well. And then there's the positive reinforcement. So there are people who you can talk, you know, just positive stuff just to have them try and do their best. And then you've got the negative stuff, you know, like, you know, telling people, you know, I'm going to beat you, or you guys, you're always, you know, you always choke and everything. And that motivates people as well. So sometimes it's what drives you, and also it's looking at the people that you train with and the coaches that you work with as well. They can train you on that mentality as well in order to perform. So Lewis has been on the cover of Track and Field magazine. Ngoni, I believe you've been on the cover as well.
No. I think I had a page inside.
And Brian, have you been in TNF magazine as well?
No, listen, Lewis posterized Jeremy Warner. Posterized the man. The Olympic champion, posterized the Olympic champion.
So
Right.
there's Track and Field News magazine is what I call the Bible of athletics. So Lewis Banda was on the cover of that magazine. It was in a 4x400 meter event, and it was right by the finish line. And you guys ended up winning the race, isn't it, Lewis?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's
Yeah.
Lewis and Jeremy Warner. Now, if you don't know who Jeremy Warner is, he's an Olympic champion. Not only that, he's one of the fastest guys ever to run the 400. And one of his mentors was Michael Johnson as well. So, you know, as I said, you know, I'm blessed to be talking to you guys. We've got Olympic finalists. We've got, we didn't talk about Ngoni's World Championship medal either. Ngoni, I always see people biting those medals. What does that medal taste like anyway?
It's like victory.
It tastes like victory. That's really cool. All right. So now we're on the subject of speed. Now, I may be showing my age, but there was a movie that was called Speed. It stars Keanu Reeves. So have any of you guys not watched it? Lewis, have you watched the movie Speed? Yeah, my wife always gives me flack because anytime it comes on, you know, I sit down and watch it. It doesn't matter how many times I've watched it. So this is a section called Pop Quiz Hotshot. So the guy, you know, says to Keanu Reeves, you know, pop quiz hotshot. Then he asks him something. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? So this is going to go to each of you guys, but in the order of, you know, the 100-meter runner, 200-meter runner, 400-meter runner. So Ngoni, pop quiz hotshot. You are in a supermarket and you're in the sweets section, and you find that the Tankfastics are gone.
What are those?
Tankfastics, they're sour sweets, and they're found in the UK. So you found that there are no Tankfastics on the shelf. Out of Brian and Lewis and myself, who do you think would have taken all the Tank Fastics?
Oh man, I think Dzingai.
Yeah.
I think because Banda is always in the gym. I think he watches his diet and
No,
his sweet tooth.
he is the worst with his diet. He works out because he eats like crap.
All right. Can the culprit please speak up?
Yeah, all I eat in the Tank Fastics. I used to eat a pack. I used to eat like 2 or 3 packs a day.
So
Wow.
every time I speak to Lewis, you know, he asks about the Tank Fastics. I was gonna have a copy, or I was gonna have a packet of the Tank Fastics, but you know, I don't have it right now. All right, Brian, pop quiz hotshot. You are in a restaurant.
Come on,
I don't know where
man.
this is going.
Come on, man. Come on, son. All right, carry on. Hey, let's get some more.
You're in a restaurant and you're ordering a main meal, and then
Wow.
and you're ordering T-bone steak. The question is, how should the T-bone steak be? Should it be rare, medium rare, or well done?
I said T-bone steak.
Rare, medium rare, or well done?
Are you listening? I said I want a T-bone steak.
Okay, all right. All right, that's an in-house joke. So this is a scenario where we were at a training camp and we were having a meal. So there was a bit of a communication. There was a bit of a communication breakdown in terms of how particular athletes wanted their meal. All right, Luis Banda, are you ready, sir? All right, you're doing a workout. You're doing a workout. So which athlete is most likely to be lying on the ground after the workout? And the choices are any of us guys here in the conversation right now.
Well, Brian will be lying down.
Brian, did you say Brian will be lying next to you?
Yeah, I mean, all of us really, depending on what we're doing.
Dude, out of all the people that I've ever seen, it's always been you, Lewis.
Yep.
It's always been you lying back there. Anyway,
No, okay, if I'm doing 150s, I'm working out of that. That was like the easiest workout ever.
that's true.
But if I had to do 300s, then man, that's tough.
But I mean, like the point is that you know, and the point is that you put everything out on the track every single time during training.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like you really put in work. And I remember that summer. Was it a summer? It was in summer, right? Like in Zim in 02, and this dude did like 6 300s, and I was finishing my sophomore year, and I had never done anything over 300 meters, anything over 200 meters in practice. So this guy's out there running 6 300s. I'm like, wait, what? What is he doing?
Like
that was Ken. That was Coach Ken.
Yeah, so
like a machine, definitely. So going on the subject of workouts, Lewis, what was your favorite track workout?
The favorite one was 5-3-2-1-4.
wow.
I know, yeah. Even
how many-
even everybody was like, "Why did you like that workout?"
You said
But
5, 4,
500, 300, 200, and then run a 400 at the end.
and that's with how many minutes rest in between?
It like in the fall, he will give us 5 minutes in between, but no, sorry, he'll give us 3 minutes in the fall, but then like during season, he'll give us 5 minutes, like more recovery because we're running a little bit faster. So the week before I ran the 44 seconds, I was 49 through the 400. I ran 33 for the 300. I ran 21 for the 200. I ran 11 for the 100. and I ran 46 for the 400.
Whew,
And he was like, "You're ready to run this weekend?" And I threw, I was like, "Yeah, I think so, but we'll see." But after that, he was like, "Yeah, you're ready to run this weekend."
So I remember that day when you ran 44.5 because we were on the bus coming back from Georgia Tech, and you called me right after the 400.
Yeah.
And I was sitting at the back of the bus as usual, and this dude's like, "I just ran 44.5," and I was like, "Damn!" And I ran to the front of the bus, and I told Ken, I'm like, "This dude just ran 44.5," and literally half an hour later, you came back and you ran 20.56.
Yeah.
30 minutes later, right? So no warm up, no rest, nothing. Just
No. Yeah, I just walked off the track and went and just walked around a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Brian, what was your favorite workout?
Okay, so maybe let me give you like a bit of history, because with me, I always like to tell a story, right?
Yeah.
And my first year at FSU, which was 03, was a huge struggle for me, just getting used to the training volume, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And in the summer of 03, I was training for the world champs by myself with Coach Long in the summer, because Ken had traveled back to Zim. And I remember we did 3 times 250 with about 6 to 8 minutes rest. And I ran like the first 2, and Coach Long never told me like my times. Before the last one, he's like, "Listen, you just came through the 200 in the first 2 in like 21 point something."
Wow.
Right? So that last one was just a bit slower, but that workout gave me so much more confidence going into my senior year. And anytime we did the 250s, it's sort of like I sort of knew what sort of shape I was in. So that's the reason why I like doing that workout, because I sort of knew that if I could do this workout at certain times, I could go out there and run, sub 2050. So
Wow. And Ngoni, you were phenomenal in 2 events, the 100 and the long jump. So for the 100 meters, what was your favorite kind of workout?
Man, I didn't enjoy any sprints workouts. I was one of the slowest guys on the team, and I had to work hard all the time. I mean, I can tell you that coming in, the guys were already like world class, and they were the top recruits in the country as well. So I was practicing with the top sprinters in the country, and I'm this guy that Ken just believes in, and he's throwing me in the deep end. And literally, my first race, I remember this. I was at University of Florida. We ran a 55 meters. I had Walter Dix, Greg Bowden, Michael Ray Gavin. Right, and that was my first race, and I was this 145-pound guy from Zimbabwe, and then football player Walter Dix, who just ran 19.6, and these guys were running 10.0. So I didn't like running. I didn't like not to trade with those guys.
Yeah,
because everything was a pressure cooker during those days. But I enjoyed long jump though.
Wow. So in the long jump as well, you do a lot of weight training and a lot of plyometrics as well. Did you have any particular good workouts that you liked, or did your long jump workout also translate to how you used to run the 100?
Yes, definitely. I like jumping, working on my technique, like being on the runway with Coach Nobles, just 12 jumps, and I kept asking for one more, and then we end up taking 18 jumps that day, but trying to get one thing right. And along the way, when you are jumping, you don't realize how much you are sprinting, because you have to run in and jump. So those were my favorite workouts, because I was in my comfort zone, sprinting as fast as I went down the runway and working on taking it over and over and over again. So I enjoyed long jump workouts.
No, cool. So right now you're a head coach at a university. How has that been, coaching others? And do you find joy in coaching others and seeing others, perform? And also, what's the first thing you would do if you find out that another Zimbabwean has broken your 100-meter record? So that's two questions there.
So, I mean, interesting question. I mean, I love coaching. I mean, it's a bit weird. I mean, Dzingai saw me as this young guy coming from Zimbabwe, didn't know anything. I mean, I literally didn't know where I was, and Dzingai had to hold my hand, and now here I am, sort of like leading others, you know, which is an interesting process altogether. It's mind blowing, but I like it. You know, I love it. I mean, the way I was treated at Florida State, you know, with Ken and Dzingai, just learning to be there for others and motivating them was just so special for me. It helped me develop this feeling of I want to help others. You know, I want to be there. I want to, you know, I want to see others run fast. So coaching is fun. I love coaching. I like seeing others improve. But I'm trying to think what was the next question you asked.
What's the first thing you would do if you found out that someone broke your 100-meter record?
Yeah, so today actually I was following some track news, and one kid at Florida State jumped 8:30 and he broke my indoor record, you know, at Florida State. I mean, it's just part of the game. It's an exciting moment, right? When you see someone break the records, you know, it's something you can hold on to for a long time. I mean, Christian Coleman broke my record. And now my long jump record is gone at FSU. I think I had the ACC indoor record as well. I mean, it's exciting. I would like to see people do well and just continue to be part of the fraternity, you know, going forward.
Yeah, I can see it hasn't affected you that much because your hair is still looking very black and you've still got a lot of hair on your head. Brian.
No, the baby is doing, you know.
So Brian, you know, you find out that some Zimbabwean guy from the blue has come and broken your 200-meter record. What is the first thing that you think you would do?
I mean, I would try and find him and say congrats. I think, you know, people like you and Ken paved the way for my era with Lewis and Talkmore and, you know, and other people, which then paved way for the Ngonis, Gabriels, and like the kids that are there now. So, you know, when that happens, it's showing that as a country, we are moving in the right direction. So yeah, I'll be happy. I mean, you know, I mean, to be honest with you, I want to see more people from Zim doing it big on a global level, right? I mean, even back in 04, when Lewis missed I mean, people don't know this or even talk about this. Lewis missed the Olympic final as a, what is it, sophomore in college? You're like 19, missed Olympic final by, you know, one spot, right? And he was very young, right? And you know, that motivated me too. I mean, that motivated me to like, listen, let's figure this out and try making the Olympic final like in 4 years' time. So that's what it's about, right? So and if guys go out and do well, hopefully they'll motivate the next generation. So
Lewis, man, 44.5. You get a phone call and you hear some Zim dudes has just broken your record. Pop quiz hotshot. What do you do?
You better run 43 seconds. No, I mean, like what? Congratulations, because it's not easy to run 44 seconds or, you know, anything underneath that. So they're gonna be like, man, that's really good, you know. So, and like Brian said, I would love to see more people run faster because, you know, you got South Africans running 43 seconds. Why can't we run 43 seconds? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. So, you know, that's what's good, you know, having that mindset that we want people to improve, you know, make sure that Zimbabwe records, you know, get faster and faster. You know, it's something that I've always wanted. I'm always happy. You know, I feel like I'm the one who's run. When I heard what you had run, you know, I jumped up and down, you know, seeing Brian, Ngoni, you guys, and just sprinters in general and performers in general. You know, every time I see someone run a really good time, you know, do a very good performance, if I had the ability to contact them, you know, I would say, yeah, well done. We're really rooting for you. And if there's any words of advice, I'll give words of advice if needed or if warranted. And, it's always good to have us progress. And the three of you guys, you're helping people. And, I hear from the grapevine that you guys, help and, you give advice. Brian, it seems like every person I talk to, your name always comes up for some reason. And, Brian mentors me in some aspects as well. So, you're a mainstay. Please keep on doing that. A lot of people look up to you. You not only do you know what you're doing, but you've been there and you've done that as well. And, we're really, really appreciative. Ngoni has mentioned you as well. So, thank you very much. So you guys, thank you very much for coming together and speaking to me. I feel really, really honored. It's not every day that you can get, as I said, the three fastest guys ever. I'm not just talking about the three fastest guys. This is the three fastest guys ever who've competed for Zimbabwe in their respective events. If you weren't here, you'll probably be pushing a car. And I'm not going to reveal any Instagram handles or anything, but maybe if you Google deep enough, you may see some of his workouts. And during the first lockdown that we had, Lewis was providing, I wouldn't say lessons, but workouts, I tried to tell the truth. I tried to do one of those workouts, and after 10 minutes, I had to retire and go and have a nice long shower because it was just too much. But you're keeping fit. Seems like I'm the only one here who doesn't have a six-pack. I think my six-pack is now 1.5 packs. But yeah, I really appreciate it, you guys, for speaking to me. And this has been an honor. It's one of the most honorable things I've ever done. So thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chiwira. We appreciate you. You're a big bro, and yeah, I mean, since 02, right? That's almost 19 years now, right?
Yeah, it's a long time. It's a long time. It's a long
time.
I was thinking about the Commonwealth Games as well. Lewis with the Discman and the headphones.
Yeah.
Just walking there by himself, going
Hey man, well,
and on a parting note, at Commonwealths, it seemed like I always had shin splints. So at the Commonwealth Games, where we stayed and where the dining hall was, it was a bit of a walk. It was a bit of a trek.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think I had napped. I got up and I put my shoes on. So 3/4 of the way to the dining hall, I realized that I was wearing 2 different shoes. So I said to myself, all right, should I take the long way back or should I just go and eat and then go back? Nah, I went back to the dorms. I went back and I put on shoes. It was like they were 2 different colors as well. And I really don't know how the heck that happened, but hey, it happened. Anyway, we've got lots of stories. I hope that we can speak to each other again, maybe individually or as a group, share either stories of motivation or, flashbacks as well, because it's not always about the seriousness of track and field, but it's sharing some of the good times and some of the good stories as well. Now, Ngoni, what was your favorite meal before a race?
Oh, I didn't have a favorite meal before a race. I didn't eat much before a race.
Okay, all right. Now believe. And Brian?
I didn't have one. It was just whatever was there.
Yeah.
Especially when you start racing in Europe.
In Europe, yeah.
Each country is just different, right? So, just went with the vibe pretty much.
Lewis, am I wrong to say that anything as long as it's not a burrito?
Yeah.
You don't like burritos?
Not a big Mexican.
This guy doesn't like burritos.
Wow.
I remember, I used to love burritos because it was simple to eat and everything. It was like, man, I don't like those things. We're like, Lewis, what's wrong with you, dude? Seriously. But anyway, so it's still the same thing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as I had my burger and fries the night before, and some eggs in the morning and some Skittles, I was good.
Wait. So who was talking about Lewis and his bad eating? Was it you, Ngoni, or was it you, Brian?
Dzingai.
This guy eats a tub of ice cream after pushing like 5 cars.
One day.
I can eat candy now. It's like, it's tough to me to keep that shape after you stop practicing and all of that. It's like, it's tough to maintain the shape.
Maybe you'll get back.
I still enjoy my sweets, man.
Yeah, you need to.
So HEB. I don't know if you guys got HEB in Chicago, whatever. So they sell the digestives, the McVites, the biscuits.
Oh,
yeah, I got like 5 of those in the closet.
You know what?
And your peach Crown Peach, yeah, Crown Peach, right? I've seen you do that one, yeah.
You know what I think? I think in order for people to understand, what this guy is talking about, you need to see him work out. So hopefully, Lewis, you'll do a workout and you allow us to publish that workout on Zim Sports Legends, just to show what you do in a normal day. So he'll do something and then he'll go and, as I say, push cars. He's one of those guys you'll probably see on TV, trying to pull an aeroplane with his teeth or something like that. But anyway,
thank you.
So thank you so much, guys. Once again, I really appreciate it. I'm speechless that I'm actually talking to you guys, and it's funny that I've actually been able to speak that long. So thank you so much, and good luck in your endeavors for 2021. Coach, I haven't mentioned the school or anything because I didn't know if I had permission or anything, but good luck with you and your track team as well for 2021.
Yes, no, thanks, Tawanda. It's nice meeting you. I've always heard about you, but I never got to talk to you. It's a beautiful thing that you're putting together. If you have connections in Zim, obviously, if we can help those students to come to school, like I know Dzingai is an advocate for this. He's very involved. He's like the mentor for the group, and I like that. If any way we can help other people, just let us know, and we'll try to help.
Okay, cool. And Fabian Muyaba is also on board as well. He wants to give back. So it's good that, if we can come together and help people, then that would be fantastic. Lewis, is there anything that you want to say before we leave?
Not much. Just thank you for the invite. This was fun. Just keep the interviews coming. I just like watching other people talking about, Zim sports and all that stuff. So
appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.